record on this computer. Is it recording?
Hang on just a minute. I need to turn my volume up just a little bit. Well,
I think
no.
it
Is it?
I think
is.
so.
Yeah,
Please ask host to give you permission to record. Oh, so the host has to give me permission to record.
I'm recording it. I'll find a way to get it to you.
Oh, okay, great.
Since I'm the host, I guess.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know anything about Zoom. I should, but
That's all right.
I don't have to use it.
Hopefully we won't have to use it that much longer either. Pretty tired of it.
Our schools had to close down again. Our cases shot back up.
Are you in Texas?
Yeah, I'm in Dallas.
I heard
we were up to
1 million. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and in Dallas County alone yesterday it was up, I think, to over 1,200 new cases.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope you're staying safe.
Well, I'm trying to. Only I keep having to go to doctor's appointments, so that's kind of like, and looks like I may have to have surgery. So
I'm so sorry.
Not the best time in the world, but you do what you can.
Yeah. Well, I'll be thinking about you. I'm sure it'll go great.
Well, thanks.
Claire, do you want me to kick off, or do you want to?
You can go for it if you want.
I'm gonna go ahead and start screen sharing.
Okay. And hi, Claire. I haven't met you officially.
Nice to meet you.
Claire's the action behind the words, I guess.
Yeah.
You could say. So, can you guys see the screen just fine? Right.
Yes.
So, of course, you know that this is your home page. This is the dashboard that you see here to your left. You have a full menu. The sections you'll use the most are pages, and then eventually, hopefully, commerce, when you're actually selling your tickets, and settings. You won't have to do, of course, you can have a look at analytics, but you shouldn't have to do a whole lot. Scheduling is more for email. We'll do post scheduling. We'll get to that. Marketing is something that you pay for, so you may or may not eventually want to poke into that. And design is kind of a danger zone. Always warn clients, this is a place where you can accidentally mess up your site. Like you can accidentally turn all of the words white and no one can read them. Or you can accidentally turn the button word here orange and then nobody can read it. And so if you're not super familiar with how to control the design of a website, I say you don't really need that section. Most everything is built for you and there's probably a solution elsewhere. So that's, I'm not saying you can never enter the design section, but I am saying warning. warning. All right. Unlike a WordPress, you're probably not going to poke around so much that you break it. So I have had clients before we do a full turnover like this, where the client then manages it themselves instead of paying a monthly fee to manage it. And they poke around in their CSS and then they delete a bunch of code because they don't know what it says. And then their website doesn't function anymore. Don't worry about that. That is not likely to happen to a Squarespace. You're not going to break it, I promise. So the worst you can do is turn off the color to words, that kind of stuff, or make your words gigantic on accident. So don't get too worried, but caution. So let's go to pages first. I like to be in the pages menu before I start editing the website because I find it easier just to jump from page to page when I've actually clicked on through into pages. In your main navigation here, where we see the words main navigation, whatever pages are drag and dropped here will appear in the main navigation of your site. So if you wanted to move the latest on the other side of contact, you simply drag and drop. And now the latest is on the other side of contact, right? So it's that easy to rearrange your header menu. Eventually, do you see here where it says festival schedule and upcoming events? These are not linked. So they're live, they exist, but they aren't linked, so people aren't going to find them. When you're ready to have your schedule, you simply drag and drop. Now it's there. Now I'm just going to drag it back out and drop it into not linked. And it's ready. And so no one hopefully is on your site right now clicking at that moment, but that was live. So as soon as you drag and drop it, it's there instantaneously within usually 10 seconds, usually 3 actually. So
Okay.
all of the pages that you see here are not linked. Some of them are demo pages we were playing with, which we'll delete. So I'll show you a sample. This is a service page. It still has the word demo, something we were playing with that you don't need. When I hover over it, you now see a trash can, and I'm simply going to delete and hit confirm. But once you delete it, it's pretty much gone. So if you delete something on accident, you might have to remake it.
Okay.
If you want to add a special page that you send to just one sponsor, you can hit this plus sign right here. That creates a new page, and you can make a special page just for them and then send them the direct link to that page. So you have those options too. You don't have to have things in your menu to make them functional. So that's about pretty much how this section works. So I'm just going to show you some editing features. You see the word edit here. It's at the top corner of every page that you can edit, which is all of your pages. I'm just going to go ahead and click edit, and we have now entered a full edit mode. I simply need to hover the mouse on top of the section I want to edit, and you can see that now there is a frame around the section that is editable. And if I click, I can start typing. This does not happen in real time. So people on your website now will not see the HSHS I just typed, unlike the menu, which happened in real time. So if I want to make a change, I can simply go in, make my change, and then when I'm finished making the change, I have to save it, right?
Okay.
So I go up to the done in the top left corner, and then when I'm ready, I hit save. So I'm just gonna scroll through other parts of your homepage and hover the mouse, and you can see that a text edit section has appeared. I can go into that section with just a simple one click, and then I can start typing.
Okay, and it just formats the same as like Word would. It looks like
formats
pretty
the
much
way we've preset it to format.
Yeah.
So that's a great question. So for example, the formatting of this headline is set to heading 2. So if you wanted to do another headline, right, I'm going to highlight that headline, I'm going to center it, and now I need to make it heading 2, right? And if I start typing underneath it, it just automatically shoots back down to paragraph 2. If I want it to be something different, I can either control it up here very similarly to how you control Word. And if I want to change the style, all the style structures, and you can play around with them, are inside here.
Okay, and if I want to change a style or add a style, and I am kind of familiar with stuff like that. I mean, I'm very, very versed in Word, and I've done a lot of things similar to this. So, yeah, I kind of know what I'm doing with coding and stuff.
Okay. So, that would be back in your danger zone. So we go back out to design. And so there's different things to change in different ways. So if you want to change a font, and at first it takes a minute to get used to it. But at first it seems like you can't change anything. So I'm just going to click on heading, and you can see these are all of the heading sizes we've preset. So we've preset 4, 3, and you can see how they grow in size, and the line heights and the line width. So that's where you would do that. Paragraph styles, just the same. So you just click into that, and it shows you the 3 different paragraph styles we've set for you. A lot of people don't need 3 different paragraph styles, so we really just have 2. You can see that paragraph 3 and paragraph 2 are like basically the same. Most people just don't need more than that. This is where you would change the weight if you wanted it to always be like mega bold or mega thin, rather than occasionally making it bold with like a select and then bold. So this is where you would do that. Colors.
And it's the 300 DPI, or what's or pixels, or?
It's probably Retina 150. It could be 72. It's probably not 300. I'm honestly not totally sure. But if I had to guess, I would guess Retina. And so I'm just going to back out for a second. And if it's colors that you want to change, to help people not mess up their colors, there's a palette. So we built the palette. So anytime there's color options, it can ask you, like, do you want, like, which of these 5 colors from your palette do you want to use? But you can actually go more custom than that. So once I clicked on your palette where it says custom colors here, I can go in and I can change it and I can edit it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Lots of different ways to do that. If I go into the theme, it seems like you can't change much. So I'm going to go back and show that again. So in the section themes, like it will tell you what the style is. Like it's telling you right now, the style of this section is set to white bold. If you're unhappy with white bold, you click the edit button and then you can actually go in. And I really like how Squarespace shows you a dot of color. Unlike some other programs that just tell you the hex code. And you click on it, you can put in any hex code that you want, or of course you can do a customized color selection by scrolling, but you can go through and read it. Like your site titles are orange, you know, your navigation links are this really, really dark gray. So as you go through, you can make changes to your colors this way. And then whatever you do for your heading twos, say, appears throughout the whole site.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like without you having to change every page.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. But all of the colors have been customized to your color scheme.
Okay.
So you're at least starting with something that should be on brand for you. And then you can edit from there as you please. Right. So I'm just going to pop back to pages. And I know you're going to be doing a lot of blogging. So I just went into the latest. And if we wanted to create a blog, now that we've clicked on the latest, and Squarespace is very intuitive, you can easily see the plus sign, which you'll click. Right? Starts out as a draft, so it is not live. You do whatever you want, right? You type your body here, and you can add photographs or you can add media or videos. When you're editing text inside of Squarespace, I really like the caret system that they use, and you can see a caret has appeared right here. So if I click the caret, I can choose what I want to add. So I can add a button, right? And I can say where I want this to go, what I want the button to be named. Do I want the button to be center or left? Do I want the button to be medium, small, or large? And of course, all of the buttons have been preset by Claire to be in your brand colors. So if you want to change them, that's back in colors, but they should just automatically curate in your brand colors. I'm going to hit apply. I'm going to hover the caret again. You can do a video from YouTube. So you just have to paste in the URL. You can add a custom video that links on the site. It's just so much easier to let YouTube handle the weight of it.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend that. So you can add YouTube videos.
Are there any restrictions on sharing YouTube videos?
The same restrictions to Creative Commons versus private ownership that like exist anywhere else, I would say still exist in this context. A lot of people get away with sharing videos as long as they're crediting the original author. And if you're sharing someone's video from YouTube, they're the ones getting the views. So it may still play an ad that then that YouTube video owner is going to get paid for. So there's not a lot of problems as long as you're crediting videos to posting videos, if that makes sense. Like if you post a video of Beyonce and you're like, look at my new video, that like you might get caught. Right. But for the most part, it's not been a problem.
Okay, so I just need to have text in there crediting.
That would be my recommendation to anybody. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Better safe than sorry.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. So you can add all of the text that you want, add a video, add more text, if you want. You can add lines, you can add space, you can add little cards, which I don't have the content for, but you can add a little photo with a little text off to the side. So it doesn't hurt to get in here and play around. Go ahead.
Can you add links?
Absolutely.
Like a link to something else?
Yeah. So let me show you a sample of different ways to add links. So if I want to link this text, it's almost just like it is with an email.
Okay.
As I say that, oh, there it is. There's just a button, and then you can link it to an external link, or if you want to link it to a page, like the Get Tickets page, you hit the little settings symbol, and then you can link it to a page, an email, a phone, or you can actually have someone download a file.
Okay. Now, one thing I'm thinking about doing, when I get more familiar with this,
Sure.
is setting up an affiliate account with like Amazon, so that when I do when I have book reviews or album reviews or something, I can link to that and hopefully, maybe get 2 cents from
Yeah,
it or
you can
something.
link to that, and you can also embed code. So if there's an embed
Okay.
code or an embed URL, you can embed that directly into here.
Okay. How did you get to that?
Yeah. So when you hit the little caret,
Oh, okay.
I highly recommend just the next time you have a chance to hop in here and look around, you hit the little caret and you read all of the many options that you can.
Oh, yeah, tons of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buttons,
Oh, and I saw Twitter and
quotes. I mean,
and
the embed
stuff down there too.
What now?
Yeah. I saw Twitter and something at the bottom too.
Okay. When needed, you can embed a tweet. Example is quite popular. I don't know many people who use some of these others, but Instagram and Twitter are pretty popular. And you can also do podcasts, but I don't think that's really your jam.
Yeah, no, I don't like charts. Actually, SoundCloud might be one that I would use because, a lot of the artists have music out on SoundCloud. So,
absolutely.
And I don't know anything about SoundCloud. So one more thing to put on the list to learn.
It's been a long time since I've used it. But it is still popular, I think. So I would definitely recommend getting in here, poking around. If you click on something and then you're like, oh gosh, I really wish I hadn't have done that. This is not what I wanted. I wanted to put in an Amazon embed code, not an actual product. I'm going to hit cancel for a second. You just hover over the item that's the mistake and you simply hit the trash can icon.
Okay.
Right. And if let's trash can. Yep.
Sorry. Worst case, you go up to done and cancel out.
I was literally about to say that. Today I was working on a site, and I had in the page is a timeline from now to 1921 with a lot of content in it, and it was like done, and I had saved it, and I went back in to change something, and I deleted like the whole thing. I was like, okay, well, the nice thing is you can just discard and start back. So I recommend once, kind of like Word, you save occasionally when you're happy.
Save them. Yep. I learned that the hard way.
So I'm actually going to cancel. When I hover over the done, this is where I can schedule the post. Now I can go ahead and post it and then take it down and schedule it, but you can schedule from here as well with the time and the date that you want, the slider. Actually just, you used to be able to type it in, but now they want you to use the slider and you choose the day of the week and then you just schedule it and it goes out automatically.
Okay.
So we know on your, discard those changes. When you do post it, it will automatically curate into the latest. All right. So if I'm on your events page, let me go back out, go down to your upcoming events. I'm going to hit edit.
I still haven't given any content. So I definitely need to know how to add content here.
Yeah. So much like everything, this is my cat Daisy. She's really interested in
she calico. I love calicos.
She's a great calico. So much like most of the content that you'll be editing in Squarespace, you simply hover over the content you want to work with, and there's usually an edit icon. Now, do you see this appearance of a toolbar here in the right corner? Those are total page tools, so that you don't want to use them for content per se. You want to hover over the content you actually want to change, because you don't want to change the whole page. You want to change the content on the page. So I'm going to hit the edit button, right? And that's where I get, my little videos are in the way. That's where I get options. And right now we have this link to upcoming events. And eventually, if you wanted, you could change it to the festival schedule, or you could change it to the latest.
Okay.
Cancel and go back. All right, move my video back over.
So now on the blog page, the latest, it will populate there, but then if I want it to show up on the homepage, I have to manually add it there, right?
Yeah, you have to choose which features you want to highlight here.
Okay.
So how I have it right now, I've just been going in, adding a picture, a title, a byline, and a button. But if you want to, there's a way to do it, so it'll update automatically. It just automatically looks a little different than how we have it now. So we just
Okay.
figure that out. But yeah, it's definitely possible. Just add them one by one if you want.
You just won't have
Okay.
control over how it looks. Not as much.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. We also have pre-created your festival schedule. This is the style I really like. There's lots of samples in here for you to take a look at and build off of. And then when you're ready, you'll just delete the samples.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the way this looks.
Yeah.
You know, when we get the films, then we can have the film name and everything, because some of the pages I've seen, you know, it's just all jammed up and you can't really tell what's going on. And I like the way this looks real well.
I really like the list view. I think it's really popular when there's a lot of stuff going on in a short period of time, rather than trying to look at little slats, you know. I've just hit the edit button on this. If you want to edit the words in your banner, that again is just click and edit. I like this better. And then if you want to actually change the banner image, that's right here. But of course, be careful making sure that you have the contrast necessary in any new images that you might upload.
Right.
Back out again. You have, let's see, upcoming events, I do believe is, yes. So when you update these, that's what will update here. So when you, like you mentioned something with the record store here in town, Mellow Hats, I think it is. When you're ready, upcoming events is where you'll add that. Here, a little plus sign. You'll title it, just walk through the motions. And then you can see here where you can add text, and of course with your caret, you can add images or video or anything else. So I'm going to discard that. You can pre-schedule it just like you could with it before. I'm going to delete that sample. But when you're ready for those types of events, this is where you put them. And then they appear here.
Okay.
Okay. And then eventually you'll have a tickets page. And I know we don't have any products for you at this time, like you have no products yet. But when you're ready, I recommend starting with the plus sign in the not linked category. And then if you're going to sell them through the website, you'll be building a store, which is very, very easy. You can decide what you want it to be like. Store option 1 has a banner, which is great. Store option 2 just shows the product. So you will need a product picture. You choose the one that you want. It's going to put in some samples for you. And then you can either take a look at the samples, which I like to do to see how they did it. And then you can go in and start adding your own product, right? And for you, yours is probably a digital product. Does that sound right?
Unless I sell t-shirts or something online.
Gotcha. So that's important. So if it's a digital product and all they need is like a confirmation email to attend the event, it'll be digital. Physical will require you to put in things like shipping and such, and digital will not require customers to do that. So you just select your product type. It's really very easy. I'll show you a sample if I can get it pulled up of another client who has a very small store.
Oh, Nolan River. That's close to where I'm from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm from Grayson County.
I gotcha. Oh, yeah, it's right there.
Yep, borders it.
Yeah. So this is her shop, and all she sells are memberships. And so this is kind of the look, but this is how your store would look if all of your pictures were kind of the same size, which I highly recommend. And it tells you the price, and then you can click on it and then add it to cart, etc., and pay and have a larger photo should you please. and more content. You can have the content down here, or you can actually have more content up here if you want.
Okay.
Okay. But honestly, I've used WooCommerce, I've used Shopify. Maybe a long time ago, I used some HTML like type shop, like where things were custom, and I was editing it. By far, Squarespace has the most intuitive store I have ever seen. So I don't think you'll have a problem getting your products, your tickets online. So that's kind of the long and short of it. Now you probably have questions we can walk you through.
Okay, I'm looking at the not linked. So I can do, like, if I see that team down there, if I have volunteers and I want a page out there that just they see, I can create that and password protect it and give them the password and just put it out there.
Yes. Just remember the extra sample page so it's not in the way. And then that basically leaves you with teams and pages that we've created. And this is a great opportunity to show you some functionality. So do you see when I add the caret under this section that it only showed underneath the man's section, right? If I click that, content will continue to curate in that column, right? If I wanted to curate another way, I have to hover. See how I have two carets? Well, if I pick the larger caret, the content goes across the entire piece, right? And when I picked the smaller one, it went to that section. Further, if you had 4 teammates, I'll show you what that would look like. Oh, don't look at my desktop. I'm your new teammate. So the first thing you have to do is just get the picture in, right? And I'm going to add 2. My little video's in the way. Apply. So let's add me, and that my picture is actually kind of small, so it won't look quite like the top because this is a really tiny photo. Image. This other person, yeah, let's use her. Okay. Wait for her to process before I hit apply. Okay. And so now I want our pictures to be side by side. I need to hover my cursor over the blue highlighted area that's showing her content area, click, hold, and drag, and now I can see where I'm dragging to, and the line appears where I want it to be placed, and now I can place us side by side. Now, her picture is really small, mine is really large. It would be better if we were starting with pictures that were more similar, but let's just say that my head isn't as large and hers isn't as small, and I just need to change the size. I click, hold, and drag. I'm sorry, my cat is scratching me. I click, hold, and drag the little dot, and I can change the size of the content so I can make them equal. Even if the original photos aren't, I can make them equal in the space. Now that I have both of us here, again, you see 2 types of carets, the full length and the small. I'm going to hit the small text. I'm going to say, hi, Kara. You know, I highlight that, center it. I pick the heading style that I want, whatever it might be, right? And then maybe I want a button that says, you know, hear Kara's music. You know, I can do that too. And it will all fall in line underneath my photo. Just as if I hover over her photo, I can now add sections for her.
Okay.
Right? And go through those same motions that we just went through on my side. And again, if I want a line in between us at the bottom, I just have to be careful which caret I'm choosing. Is it the caret that goes across the entire piece, or is it the caret that goes across that column?
Okay.
So I'm just not going to save those, going to discard those changes. Okay, does that answer that question?
Yeah.
All right. More questions?
Okay, so then how would I, once I have content on there for the team, how would I password protect it?
So if you want to password protect a page, I should go slower. When I hover over the page, and do you see the little settings icon? Yeah, I'm going to click that, and then I can go down here and make a password.
Okay.
Password is required to see this page.
And then do I move it up to linked?
Password is required to see page. No, you keep it not linked unless you want it to be in your navigation.
Okay.
You know, it's just basically soundcheckfilmfestival.com/team. That's how you get to it.
Okay. But if I wanted, I could have like volunteer at the top or
volunteer. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
and
I
link
get what
it.
you're saying now.
Then yeah, okay. And then just password protect it so that they could click on that.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
And that's the kind of thing you might want to kind of hide like in your footer rather than your header.
Yeah.
So it doesn't frustrate potential users.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, stick it down at the bottom there.
Cancel. Cancel. Oh, discard. And so when you want to edit your footer, you still have to hit edit and then scroll on any page basically. Right. And then you hover over your footer and then you can edit the footer.
Oh, okay.
Hover over. We've built out columns. So you just hover over the section you want to manipulate. Like maybe once you want it under get tickets or you want it down here, you hover over the section you want to manipulate and you can either add it to a section or of course you can create a new section inside of that column.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So far, so good.
Great. Question?
Oh, the little Facebook icon, the link, can it be blue?
Yes, actually. That would be in your design.
Like Facebook blue.
Yeah, we can make it blue. Oops, I didn't mean to click it. The old way, and I've been using Squarespace a long time. The old editing feature had a click option where you would click it and that would appear. And it's changed and I'm still using it like it hasn't changed. So that I might have to make a note of and remember how to go back and change it. It's in here. I've just got to remember where. In the social media. Plugins. And if I can't do it right here, right now, we'll get it taken care of.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking, because especially like at the bottom, I saw this black F and I thought, what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really realize it was Facebook at first.
There we go. Maybe more like that color. Too dark still, maybe? Okay. And then, let's see.
They need a better little icon.
Yeah. And there's another place I'll make the change as well. So I'll have to poke around and look for that place. But yeah, we can get that color changed.
Okay, great.
Anything else?
I don't think so. Now, what you're scrolling through right now, are these all of the pages and sections and everything that you all have created?
So what you're seeing right now are all of the colors we have preset to your theme. So this is just like colors. The color of the site title, the color of the links, the color of the headers. These are all just color features, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And oh, let's see. One thing I had thought of, what was it? Oh, on the homepage, you know, we use that photograph and then put the dark overlay. Can I play around with that somehow and lighten it and see if I like it lightened or if I want it that as dark as it is?
I think we made that custom. Let me back out.
I can't remember what we ended up doing.
Yeah, I feel like it was custom to get it just right. I know you can make it darker. That part's easier. It's getting it lighter that can get really hairy. Let's see.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was like a transparency setting or something, you know,
Do
to
feel like
change
we
the
ended up
transparency.
going totally custom on that. So I've just clicked on this edit.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go to my background. And yeah, it's got you've got 15% to play with.
Okay.
About it. That's about what we had turned on. You can see as I darken it, how dark it
Yeah.
can really get.
Yeah.
That's about as light because
Yeah.
we kind of custom worked that image in like that.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you re-uploaded the image, then you could go from that point, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking, at least I know on my laptop, it was looking pretty dark, you know, where
Yeah.
you couldn't see the Capitol real well.
Yeah.
And so I was just thinking about lightening it up just a little
Yeah.
bit.
I'll go ahead and take off that additional 15%, and then we can re-upload the image if necessary. And you can add the overlay that you choose.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Let's see now, get tickets. That goes to, I was getting 404
Oh,
when I think it may have been one of these down at the bottom, and y'all may have fixed it by now. I don't know. I haven't been out here lately, or it may have been on the get tickets on one of those.
I'm not seeing it. We might have fixed it.
Yeah. Okay. So if I get 404, I just need to go in and look to verify the link.
Yeah, I guess the real question is, why are you getting the 404? So I'm just going to hit edit.
Uh-huh.
And let's say it was the about section. I'm going to edit the footer. And then I just need to select what I want to edit. And then I hit edit right here. And I can direct it to any page I want, or email or phone or whatever.
Okay. And I think it may have been a button, like maybe, yeah, either one of the ticket buttons or get tickets or about, or, you know, from the homepage, those three buttons down there, wherever they are.
And I recommend when you, and to just poke around, I'm not seeing anything that's not linked right now. I do recommend to poke around. I recommend to test the contact with a couple of friends.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit edit real quick. And if you need to edit it, right, we're just going to hit edit, right? Change different things. And now I'm going to hover over your form. And you can rearrange, add form field, and then storage is what's really important. It says who that goes to. So if you want it to go to a different person, like a volunteer, this is where you would change that.
Okay. Can you go back over to the homepage? And scroll down more and more. These buttons, try the about or the travel info, because I'm thinking it may have been, okay, about's working. Let's try travel info. No? Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome. All right.
Okay. Can't think of anything else.
Great. Well, if you think of something, you know, or something seems broken, you know, shoot us an email. Squarespaces, and this is why I love them, are notoriously hard to break, right?
Yeah.
The worst that you can do is need to hit discard, right? You can go into a page and just click around and try and mess with and mess it up and just really, really screw the pooch on a page. and discard the changes, and you're very unlikely to actually break the site. The
Okay.
code is very hidden on a Squarespace because they don't want you to accidentally break your plugins or to outdate your plugins somehow. Like, just don't poke around in the code. But apart from that, everything else is really, really, really hard to mess up. And if you do mess something up, it's really, really easy just to discard what you've messed up. I've never had a client truly break to an unusable level a Squarespace site. So I don't want you to worry that you're going to break it. You can poke around to your heart's desire. You can try things out and simply just don't save.
Okay. And I think I saw a site somewhere with a bunch of plugins for Squarespace. I don't even remember what they were, and I don't even remember if it's anything that I would even use or not.
Well, the nice thing about plugins, the majority of plugins you're going to use on Squarespace, they're here.
Okay.
Right. The majority of anything you want to use is either, you can of course embed things, but the real plugins that work the function of your site, that like core functionalities like products, for example, or buttons, they're all here. Like you're
okay. And I just noticed something down here at the very bottom, premium. I'm sorry, in the plugins.
Oh, let's see. I don't think you are using any premium features.
Amazon, I'm wondering if that would, I don't know what they give you for the affiliate program. I don't know if they just give you a link that you can copy in, or if you have to go through here or what.
I feel like the reason that this is premium, I think it's really for people who do a lot of sales. I know that you can embed a product and kind of link it to the Amazon page. So if you're not making like buku monies, I would just link it. I don't think you need like an Amazon store. I don't think you need to pay for one. I think it's like $8 extra a month. I would just keep the $8 and link it.
Yeah, really. If I start making that much money, I'll pay you guys to do it for me.
And then the only other group I use premium features for are restaurants.
Yeah,
So,
I saw the open.
Like reservations and that sort of thing. Like for $8 a month, yes, worth it. To sell a couple of products on Amazon, I would just put in a picture, put in a button, the link from the button can have your code that gets you the credits that you're seeking on Amazon.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't think there's anything else.
Great.
I have to get well, I've got content for a website today, so.
Great. Well, I'll get Claire to set up, discard those changes. So nice. So what Claire is going to do is in settings, another place that you may spend a little bit of time. Claire is going to set up you eventually, like in the next couple of days, transfer the ownership from us to you. And should you so choose, you can leave us as like additional administrators, but you will own the site. Like it will belong to you, despite the fact that we built it using our Squarespace account. I know a lot of clients are really concerned about who truly owns their website. We're not in the business of owning other people's website. So you will own it, and it will take a little bit of time to transfer, but you can also clearly see that you're already a basic author.
Okay. And did you all transfer the domain name from GoDaddy?
No, it's linked. I can show you where that's linked. I actually like owning a domain separate from Squarespace, except for when a client just really, truly can't manage it. Then it's just easy to let Squarespace have the whole kit and caboodle. Honestly, I like GoDaddy domains. You can see here how it's connected. So if you ever quit paying, we'll have to reconnect it at some point. You'll always have a built-in domain that will never expire. Should your website go down because you didn't pay your domain for some reason for some year, You're not going to lose your website, and it's still like you can still show it to people somehow, but this is where it's linked. I'll just click on it so you can see it. This is where it's linked to GoDaddy. So it's just linked. So you'll still pay your like $7 to GoDaddy.
Okay.
But I wouldn't poke around in here unless you're relinking it, because you don't want to break that link that we've established.
Okay. Okay.
And then eventually when you get site traffic, you'll have analytics.
Oh boy.
We have some. So, but I
Okay.
have done some sales like personally on Squarespace. It's really nice to go in and look at where your sales are coming from. So for me, I was really surprised to see that over 75% of my sales came from Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to learn a little about analytics too.
It's
What
pretty
I did know, I
straightforward.
don't remember.
But again, this is another good place for you to just to poke around.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anything else over here. Oh, you can traffic geography. You can check by geography to see.
Yeah, it's so cool. And of course, you can do more than the United States, but Texas. What do you know? Wonder who that is. No. But yeah, eventually
Really?
you'll get, and you can break down to the city too. And eventually there'll be, of course, more than Bowling Green. But yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully. There better be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got to work on getting some emails out and get some of the people there to, you know, kind of share this with their Facebook friends and all of that. And
trying to get my other cat not to show you her butt. We're recording here, Biddle.
Yeah, they like to present their butts quite a bit.
Well,
we have
if you think of anything, shoot us an email. Claire's going to be transferring that ownership. We'll still have some editing rights, which you're certainly allowed to take away from us at any time. A lot of times clients just leave them hanging out there just in case eventually down the road they need us to pop in and take a look at something.
Okay. Oh, and as far as the traffic, what we're looking at now, the geography, are those the number of views or the number of different views?
Right now we're looking at visits in the last 30 days.
Okay.
So right now it's set to visits, but we can see, just going to go to, I like traffic sources the best. It's my favorite. But this is where you see what percentage is coming from where. Video feed's kind of covering it up a little bit. But you can see, of course, right now it's direct traffic because we're literally typing it in. But eventually this is going to be really diverse. You hope this is really diverse.
Yeah.
And direct traffic is usually a much, much smaller number, and search and social are much, much higher.
Okay. All right.
So in your traffic, you can see, that's where you see the unique page views.
Okay.
And the unique visitors, which seems a little higher than I expected. So
I go out there a lot.
Since the website hasn't launched, but it's always pretty cool. Like you haven't even told anybody and it's already at 55,
Oh, actually I have told people on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes more sense. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Like
that came from
unique individuals on a website that you've not advertised is really unusual in direct traffic. I can't explain that, but that makes more sense. So, but yeah, so that's visitors versus visits versus page views. So just poke around when you have time.
Yeah. Yeah. Just from Facebook, sharing, I shared it and my significant other shared it with his friends and got 90 likes.
Wow.
And yeah, it's been sitting there at 90 for probably close to a week. So that tells me I need to, get my emails out and get other people sharing it. But I was kind of surprised. First it was like, 10 people, woohoo!
Yeah, it's fun when it starts to grow.
Yep. But yeah, I was happy. Of course, a lot of them are Texas, but I'll try to get them to come to Kentucky. Some of them have already said they may. So, yep.
All right. Well, if you think of anything, shoot us that email.
Will do.
And of course, Claire's got her thing to do. I've got my one little thing to do, but we'll be in touch.
Okay, well, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
All right.
Claire, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much.
And y'all have a good, you too.
Great.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.